Hello students, today we will be discussing about the chapter heat. First of all, in this video means that this will be the part 1 video of the heat, and we can consider here that the what is heat. Heat is a form of energy. It makes a substance hotter. So what I have said, heat is a form of energy. It makes a substance hotter. Heat cannot be seen by us. We can feel the heat by the temperature effect it produces. You know that some substances are hot. Just like see, frying pan, if you touch with your hand, you can feel that it become hot. Again, see, if you touch ice, then you can feel cold. So that the heat cannot be seen by us, but we can feel the heat by the temperature effect it produces. That means, see, if we consider that the heat is the cause and the temperature will be its effect. Now, if we go to the next thing, hot and cold object. Around us, there are different objects are there which are considered as the hot as well as the cold object. In that example, what I have said, that the ice is a cold object, and then also the frying pan is a hot object, etc. But sometimes it is not reliable in telling us whether an object is really hot or cold. Here, see, we will be describing two activities. You can see here that we have taken the three bowl. Bowl A contains cold water, bowl B contains hot water, and bowl C contains the lukewarm water. Now, here see, if you put your left hand in the cold water and then right hand in the hot water, after that immediately if you lift your two hands and if you put your two hands in the lukewarm water, then your left hand will feel hot but the right hand feels cold, although that the temperature of the lukewarm water is same. That means, see, right hand is feeling cold and left hand is feeling hot. So in this case we cannot measure that what is the exact temperature and temperature is present in the lukewarm water. That means, so we can consider here by this activity sometimes it is not reliable in telling us whether an object is really hot or cold. Now then, how can we measure the temperature? We can measure the temperature by thermometer. It's a device which is known as the thermometer. And here see, two type of thermometer is available: laboratory thermometer as well as the clinical thermometer. And here in the diagram you can see that the laboratory thermometer is given. There is a red mark. You see that there is a red mark, and which actually called the mercury tube, and here the mercury is present, and this mercury will expand when the when you will touch with a hot object. And see, and there are marks actually from the minus 10 degrees centigrade to that of the 110 degrees centigrade. That means, see, the laboratory thermometer can measure the temperature from minus 10 degrees centigrade to 110 degrees centigrade. That means the least count of the laboratory thermometer is minus 10 and the highest count is the 110 degrees centigrade. Now, if we consider here from 0 to 10 degrees centigrade, you will be observing that there are the 10 small division. That means each moles division is actually 1 degree centigrade. So this is the laboratory thermometer. And how we can use this one? Suppose you want to measure the temperature with the laboratory thermometer, temperature of hot water, then you have to dip this bulb of the thermometer, and also we have to be careful that the bulb should not touch on the wall of the container. And if it touches on the wall of the container, then it will not measure accurately the temperature of water. It can take the temperature of the wall also. Now, actually, see, when you will dip it with hot water on an object, with its effect, the mercury will expand and it will go upwards, and then after some time it will be fixed, and then we can just seeing that where is the mark of the mercury, and that temperature we can record, and that is the measurement of the temperature by the laboratory thermometer. And laboratory thermometer cannot be used for the measuring of measuring the temperature of the human body. So for measuring the temperature of the human body, another thermometer is available, that is called the clinical thermometer. And in the clinical thermometer, you see it's differently designed. There is a bulb, mercury bulb is present there, and then you see there is a bend which is called the king of the thermometer. Now there is a specific function of the king, so later I am going to explain this one, what is the function of king. And then see, there is a mercury thread or the bulb inside a bulb is present, through which the mercury can be rises up as according to the temperature. And generally laboratory clinical thermometer has a range of temperature 35 to 42 degrees centigrade. And then there is a question is coming, why in the clinical thermometer there is a very short range of temperature? Because it is used for measuring the human body temperature, and generally the human body temperature lies in between 35 to 42 degrees centigrade. So that's why it has a short range temperature. Now see that means here in centigrade thermometer there is a means least count is 35 degrees centigrade and the highest count is given here 42 degrees centigrade. And then what is the function of this bend or the kink? Actually, suppose means when we want to measure the temperature of the human body, we have to put this thermometer inside the mouth of the patient, and then after measuring the temperature, we have to take it out and see. After taking out, if there is no bend, no kink, then what will happen? The mercury will fall down as the temperature outside of the human body is less. So to prevent this backflow of the mercury, this bend or the kink is given. So what is the function? Actually, function is that the kink is to prevent the backflow of the mercury when it is removed from the mouth of a patient. Now actually we have to remember that, see, laboratory thermometer, as it do not have any kink, so that's why this cannot be used for measuring the human body temperature, because in laboratory thermometer, see, there is no kink. So when you will remove it from the mouth of the patient, then immediately the mercury level will fall down and it will give an inaccurate measurement of the temperature. But in case of the clinical thermometer, as there is a presence of kink, so this kink will prevent the backflow of the mercury. So after reuse it, we have to shake it so that the mercury level actually falls down, and again we have to put inside the mouth of a patient. Now one more point you have to keep in mind: clinical thermometer should not be put in hot water. If you put its bulb in the hot water, then what will happen? Then mercury will expand, and see, as there is a short range, so that due to the extra heat, mercury will give excessive pressure on the wall of the glass wall of the thermometer, and due to the excessive pressure it can break down. So up to this, the clinical thermometer and the laboratory thermometer and hot and cold object we have discussed in this video. In the next part of the video, we will be discussing about the conduction of heat. That's all. I hope this will help you to understand about the measurement of temperature and by the clinical thermometer and the laboratory thermometer. Oh, one more thing you have to keep in mind, that the clinical thermometer is available in the Fahrenheit scale also. There also a range 95 to 110 degree Fahrenheit. Now if we consider the normal human body temperature lies at approximately 37 degrees centigrade, and in case of the Fahrenheit scale it will be 98.4 degree Fahrenheit. That's all.